Well, howdy folks, I'm Dave Knoll. This is my dog Elmer. We live up here in Hilliardton, Ontario, Canada. We turn this beat up old camp into our homestead off-grid paradise. We hunt, fish, trap, raise chickens, garden, supply ourselves with as much as we possibly can so we can work less and enjoy the important things in life. We are living life to the fullest. Please feel free to tune in and enjoy our journey. Good morning, guys and gals. It's Off-Grid Living with David Knoll. I know I haven't posted anything in a long time. I was just kind of waiting to see what my channel would do. See how it would grow with the videos I had on there. I've got like 39 videos on. And I just wanted to kind of see how it would grow. But I'm in a cool project here. I've got a cool project here today. And I wanted to share it with you guys and gals. So, food preservation is obviously a big part of homesteading and off-grid living. And figuring out what you need and what works best for you is very important. And after about 3 years, I've figured out, like, I've done canning, pickling, that sort of stuff, and I like that. That's great. That's tasty. But I'm a big raw vegetable fan. Like, I like the taste of my raw vegetables. I like to have stuff on hand. So this year, because I had a garden, my first garden really, I got my bounty of carrots. I got about, out of 1 row of carrots I did in my garden, I probably got about 8 gallons, I would say like 30-40 pounds of carrots, maybe more, maybe 50. So I've decided the best way for me to preserve my carrots, my veggies, is I'm going to blanch. So basically what you do is you harvest your carrots, and this is just going to act like you would have in the grocery store, like a bag of frozen carrots. You can do this with potatoes. You can make potatoes O'Brien, which is, red peppers, potatoes, and onions. Your own French fries, but have it all on hand so that it can freeze, because we're below freezing temperatures now here in Northern Ontario, and it's only getting up to like 2 degrees during the day. So this stuff it's ready for me to freeze. So when you're blanching, I'm going to run through this step by step with you and show you what I do and the easiest, most effective way for my homestead to preserve, and that's blanching or parboiling. Okay, I'll be right back. We're back, guys and gals. So parboiling. Blanching, it's done in lots of restaurants to preserve food. Chip stand, so they can have have lots of fries and stuff ready to go, lots of potatoes. But obviously the main reason I want to do it is because I want to have bagged frozen vegetables all winter long in my homestead freezer, my outdoor freezer. If you've ever frozen a carrot that hasn't been blanched, it turns into a big mushy, flappy thing. It's not very nice. But what this does is basically what blanching is there's an enzyme in all foods. And what it's doing is it's helping that food grow and helping it ripen. Just like a banana ripens and then it's bad. A carrot ripens, it's bad. Apple, bad. So, in order to stop that enzyme, freezing won't do it. Freezing will not kill that enzyme. What will kill that enzyme is boiling. So, when you kill that enzyme, basically you're preserving that food. You've stopped that enzyme from activation, and the food will stop ripening at that point. It's done. So it'll last for upwards of a year in my freezer with that enzyme boiled out of it. Now, you don't want to boil it too long. So what I'm going to do is just step by step show you guys what I do. It's got a big pot of water on the stove. I just get that boiling. And then I cut my carrots up in about quarter inch. I like about quarter inch sizes like that. To me, that's nice. And once the water's boiling, you throw your carrots in there and let it boil. If you're going to use whole carrots, it's going to take a little bit longer. Your process is going to be a little bit more drawn out. But I like diced carrots because I can just take them, dump them into my Dutch oven at home, and get myself a stew ready. So it's just easier for me if the preparation's already done. So you just get your water boiling, cut them into quarter inch discs, put your discs into the boiling water, which I should get going. Into the boiling water. Once the water's boiling, count to, I'm doing right now about 2.5 minutes is a really nice parboil for mine. It's just like you stick a fork through it or a knife tip and it just goes through soft and pulls out. That's all you want. You don't want it too mushy. So water's boiling, quarter inch discs, carrot discs, they go into the water. Once it all comes back up to boil, time 2 to 3 minutes. I'm doing 2.5 right in the center. And then off the heat entirely, and we'll get into the next step, which is, this isn't the coolest video, I don't understand, but it's an important part of preservation. It's a very important part to not waste your yield. You know, this is my yield. That's 1 row of carrots. That row of carrots, that's going to feed my family and I for probably 3-4 months. That could be a main staple vegetable every single day. We all like carrots and we all really enjoy them. So I don't want to waste this stuff, and it's going bad as it sits here. So I've got to get it blanched and, you know, just do this day so that my food preservation is good. We got the chickens, you know, in the freezer. And now we're going to have the carrots in the freezer. That's 2 main staples, meat and veg, that are done off my list. I don't have to worry about it for a whole other winter. I'm done with it. So although it's not the most entertaining, most fun video that I do, it's a very important part of homesteading. It's a very crucial part of homesteading, is what do I do with my food? It has to come out of the ground, and it has to get processed. It has to get used. And for me and my application, this is the best way with no hydro, is to throw it in my outdoor freezer and just let nature freeze it for me. And then it's ready every single day. Best kind of preservation that I could personally do for my homestead. It's simple and it's easy, you know. So I'm going to get this water up to boil, and then we're going to get a batch in there, get it boiling for 2.5 minutes, and then pull it out and put it over into a strainer. And we'll show you that part of the video too. Okay, thanks. Be right back. So here we are, guys and gals. Prep time. So, like I said before, I've got my water boiling. She's starting up there nicely. I just added some cold water to it. I had to bring up my volume a bit. And it's so simple, you know? Homesteading. Like I've always maintained before, is that the simpler, the better, you know? If they did it back in the day to preserve their stuff, and they didn't have much, they had water, fire, cold, you could preserve your food, especially these big root vegetables. You know, you can do this with your potatoes, which I'll do as well, carrots. I don't want to waste this stuff, any of it. So some of the smaller ones, like these little bitsy little guys here, they just go in a bowl. Kids can munch on them all night. They love them. Really grateful that the kids like carrots. Miles, not so much. Miles is not a huge carrot fan, but Kenna and Kate, they'll munch on these like all night. And I find if they're on the table, they're going to be into these like until they go to bed. You know, they'll just be walking by, picking these little babies up here. As well as myself and Jen will be nibbling on these all night. So, process I'm at is, like I said before, I'm cutting all these little discs, 1/4-inch discs. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I mean, you just use your best judgment, you know. Just, if you make them too thick, if some are thick and some are too thin, it's going to take, you know, various times to get to that parboil or that blanch that you want. So I just try and be as, you know, consistent in my chopping as I can possibly be. So just after you do 4,000 carrots, you get a nice little rhythm going. And I'm going to keep all these ends here. So all these beautiful ends that are left, I'll use those for my compost. Now, if you were going to peel all your carrots, I don't peel my carrots. I just wash them really, really well. I do a main wash out of the kitchen in rainwater, and then or out of the garden, sorry. And then once they're in the kitchen, I scrub them down, you know, with a tea towel as I'm going. And I get most of the bacteria, like the dirt, off and stuff. But if you wanted to peel, another nice thing you could do with your peels, which, you know, a lot of people don't do, but if your veggies are clean, just use your peels for a stock. I mean, the 3 main ingredients in a stock, generally for the vegetable side, is like, you know, celery, onion, and carrot. So, I mean, throw them in a stock. You know, put them in the freezer, your peelings, and put them in a stock. You're going to strain it all out later with cheesecloth. So, any little fibers or stuff you get, you know, they'll come out in the cheesecloth. But you could also use it for your dog food. You know, I like doing that. Put it in a blender or chop it up really fine and mix it with your dog food. They just love it, you know. Especially the young pup here, Stella, she'll eat anything. So you could freeze it, throw it outside in the winter, and she'll just chew on it like a treat. But yeah, so you're just doing your 1/4-inch discs. I got a bunch ready, and I've just got the water started up right now. So once that water gets boiling, I'll toss a a good amount in there, and we'll get that process going. Okay, back in a flash. We're back again, folks. We're back into this process. So as you can tell, I have a huge spider here. They call this a spider in the kitchen world, I believe. And my water's boiling. It's up to a nice rolling boil. So now, I know I'll probably get a little burned, because I tend to. But I'm just gonna, you know, put these little babies in there, like so. Ah, it's hot! It's hot! So you put that in there. Very gracefully, like I just did. Spilled a couple. Got my spoon. Just stir them around. That's a big batch. Good. And now that everything's in there, bring it back to a boil. So as soon as it gets to a boil, I'll start my timer for 2.5 minutes, and that'll be enough for me. So it'll probably take another like 5 minutes for this to come back to a boil now. And then pull it off the heat, and it's ready for the cool bath over there in a strainer with some water. I've got some really cold water in the strainer. I'll run cold water over it, and that'll cool them down a little bit better. Then I'll put them on a big baking sheet and just let them dry, and then they're ready for bagging once they're cooled down. So that'll be the next step. I'm just gonna treat my 3rd-degree burns here. Just kidding. Here we are, folks. We got that water up to a boil. I'm just gonna let this go for about 3 minutes or so. So I'm gonna set my timer. Once I hit 2.5 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes, depending, it's a pretty big batch, so I might have to go to 3. Once I hit 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and then pull this out, get it into its little cold water bath, and get it settling down. And the process is almost over. That's it. So exciting. Yes. Next stage in the process. So we've had our carrots on boil for about 3 minutes because it was a larger batch. I'll try not to burn myself again. Pull these off the heat. Shut that heat down just to protect myself. Put this cool little strainer, which is pretty awesome. So basically, you just want to pull those nice blanched carrots, and look at the color. Look at the color it brings out when you boil those for like 3 minutes. It just brings them right back to life. Put those in my strainer dish. So let's talk about price. Let's talk about how much this cost me. So this 50 pounds of carrots that's going to sustain my family and I for probably 4 months probably cost me about $2.99 in carrot seeds. I used 1 pack of carrot seeds, 1 row in my garden. I put them very tight on each other because I wanted a high yield. And yeah, 50 pounds of carrots for $2.99. That's not bad. Because I bought 6 carrots at the grocery store the other day for $2.99, and I think one of them, the tips was already bad, was already rotten, and they don't store. They only last as soon as they freeze at my place. They're done. They're garbage. They're scrap. They're compost. Waste of money. $2.99 for 6 carrots. 6 carrots is probably about a pound. I've got 50 pounds. I'll let you do the math on that one, but cheap and easy. Cheap and easy, cheap and easy, cheap and easy. And we all think, you know, when we go buy that bag of carrots, those 6 little carrots in there, and we go, oh, that's a good deal. Look at all the carrots we get. But I mean, all reality, that's 1 meal, you know? That's a $3 meal for an average family of 4 or 5. If your kids only eat 1 carrot each. That's it. 1 carrot, that's all everybody gets. So when you're looking at cost effectiveness on top of the health benefits of this, I don't think I really have to explain it. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Pretty awesome. Okay, we're gonna move these carrots now. So these carrots are all in the strainer. They're looking beautiful. I'm gonna run them over here to a cold water bath. So here we go. Got them in this little strainer underneath, filled out with water. Give them a little shimmy shake to get them all mixed up. And then I'm just going to run cold water over top of all these carrots for a little bit just to cool them down, and they cool down really fast. We all know that, how cold carrots get fast. And yeah, that's basically the whole blanching stage process, start to finish, other than picking them out of the garden. So that's what I have blanched already on that baking sheet. I still have that bowl left to do, and I still have an oodle of stuff over here left to do. I got a full bowl to blanch right there. So yeah, I just thought I'd share this video with you guys and gals because it's very important, and the YouTube helped me a lot when I first started, and still does, homesteading, because there's so many brilliant people out there and bright people that are doing innovative things nowadays to basically not just homestead, but I mean, how, like, we're going to use this in a residential application as well. It works everywhere. I mean, homesteading, residential, and all it takes is, I don't know, throw a little bit of soil in the garden, you know, plant 2 rows of carrots, you got enough carrots for the whole year. You can throw them in snacks for the kids, you can, you know, give them out for gifts, and people love it. I mean, fresh carrots in a Ziploc bag for a gift, it's a great gift, you know, it means something. And not to mention these health benefits. So here we go, 50 pounds of carrots are going to go in the freezer today. Just wanted to show you my preservation process for my root vegetables and how great it works for us. And it's fun, you know, honestly, like it's a nice day today. It's going to take me about 3 hours start to finish to get all these in the freezer, and then I'm done with it. It's finished. You don't have to go to the grocery. I don't have to go to the grocery store for basically anything anymore. I mean, it's the chickens are in, the vegetables done. We got lots of flour so I can make bread, and we're in. Feeling good about the homestead this winter. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I noticed I'm almost up to 200 subscribers. You guys are amazing comments, lots of likes, lots of everything. I can't believe how much the channel has taken off, and I'm really happy that you all are enjoying it. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And yes, thank you if you've already subscribed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, and it really does help me and my situation. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be more to come. I'm back on the video making mindset again, and it's time for me to get some more content out because I got a lot of really good ideas. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy your carrots. All right, have a good day. Talk to you soon.